What does it mean to live a life that's touched millions? Hollywood legend Robert Wagner recently turned 94, marking a milestone that's stirring emotions for fans around the globe. From unforgettable roles in Heart to Austin Powers, Wagner's legacy is like a fine vintage, only improving with time. But now, fans are wondering, at this age, what reflections does Wagner have on his career and life? Stick around as we uncover his surprising message to those who adore him. A lifetime in Hollywood. Robert Wagner's iconic journey to Hollywood has been nothing short of a fabulous one. He has, for a period spanning over 7 decades, successfully kept spellbound a mass audience across generations with his works, from the Golden Age into the present. Wagner landed his breakthrough roles in the films With a Song in My Heart and Prince Valiant, thus setting the precedent for what would be the path of greatness for him. But it was his role as Jonathan Hart in the classic TV series Heart to Heart that really made him a household name. With Stefanie Powers as his on-screen wife, Jennifer, Wagner had that chemistry that was just magic, and 40 years later, it's still alive. Just this past February, Powers and Wagner got together to celebrate his 94th birthday, a nod to a timeless bond on screen and off. Wagner has pulled off the feat of reinvention from drama to comedy, which has kept him relevant generation after generation. Fans of Austin Powers will remember him as the quirky sidekick, number 2, to Dr. Evil. His comedic timing was impeccable, proof that after decades of work, Wagner could readjust and shine in new genres. His versatility speaks volumes of his dedication and love for the craft. Of late, Wagner has turned contemplative in interviews, deeply grateful for the recent outpouring of support from fans, and he has spoken fondly of favorite roles and memories. Acting has brought me my greatest, what's the word I'm thinking of? Joy, he said recently, when discussing his gratitude for the ability to entertain and affect people with his work. To many, Wagner represents a Hollywood era that is now almost considered to be mythical. He stood alongside legends such as Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, and James Stewart, first-hand witnesses to the glamour and shifts in change. His reflections make it clear how much he holds those moments dear, yet he also does not deny how Hollywood has changed. Today's industry is something to marvel at, he said, paying due respect to the new generations of actors, knowing full well that he was part of a very special era. But why does the story of Wagner pull so actively on the heartstrings? Maybe because his career caters to most of the aspects of human resiliency and adaptability. Just as many of his characters overcame various personal and external obstacles, Wagner has faced personal loss and various controversies with grace. In recent years, fans have continued to follow him, and his story has become one of abiding passion for the work, punctuated by moments of quiet introspection and the occasional public appearance that reminds us he's still as charming as ever. Nostalgia abounds from his work. Heart to Heart is one of those shows that has gained in legacy points rather than aging. Viewers are accorded reruns which, for those familiar with them, remind them of a period when television series weren't just about entertainment, but about how audiences connected with the characters and stories and pop cultural moments. Wagner's contributions have left indelible marks on fans, old and new alike. Now, in his twilight years, he gave hints about what is next, reflecting on the past, treasured relationships, and time with the family. At 94 years young, he is the meaning of living and living with a purpose. His life is one of those open-loop questions invited by fans to reflect on their journey thus far, the legacy built, and those who have walked the same path. The legacy of Wagner survives not only through his films and TV series, but also in the lives he has touched and the memories he has created. From romantic roles to public reunions, here is the continuing testimony of Robert Wagner to resilience, adaptability, and passion. His reminiscences about Hollywood are much more than fond memories. They are a love letter to the art of storytelling, to bygone golden years that probably shall never return, but will always remain in the hearts of the ones who lived it. What the media didn't tell you about Robert Wagner's tragic love story. Robert Wagner's personal life has unraveled with timeless love and lingering tragedy, a story as fascinating to fans as it leaves others pondering over the what-ifs of their lives. His marriage to actress Natalie Wood was much more than just a Hollywood romance. It was a love affair steeped in fame, separation, and eventual heartbreak. The ups and downs in the relationship between Wagner and Wood gave the world a glimpse into such a rare bond, one which no amount of marriage could confine. This is that love which Wagner describes time and over as the one that defined him. A bond so intense that even decades later, its impact reverberates through each and every turn his life takes. But when Wood drowned in 1981 off California's Catalina Island, all this turned on its head, and their love story became one of mystery that kept the public talking since then. Her death was declared as an accident due to drowning, but still a lot of questions had been left hanging in the balance, creating rumors and countless theories. The public wanted answers, and some fingers pointed at Wagner and added scandal to the already tragic tale. In return, he maintained a silence of years, which only contributed to speculations in the eyes of many of his former fans, presenting him as something of an enigma. Still, Wagner has always stuck to his version and tried to prove his innocence along with denial of any involvement that had led to Wood's death. Yet, amidst so much suspicion and speculation over his actions, his love for her never changed even slightly. In the revealing HBO documentary, Wood's daughter Natasha Gregson Wagner came forward and for the first time publicly expressed her defense for her stepfather in respect to the depth of his dedication and strength that was needed. Natasha's words brought out poignancy as there remains outside noise about how things are going for the individual, but still, Wagner, as the loving father and husband, remained to be known best for those close to him. Wood's legacy stays on in her family. Wagner, along with Natasha, has worked untiringly to keep her memory alive, not as some sort of Hollywood mystery, but as a warm, charming, and vibrant individual. The family has chosen to remember her through joyous moments and her lasting legacy, not through tragedy. For Wagner, each memory shared and every reflective moment stood as testimony to love that was there and could never have been erased by scandal or loss. Could there be more to the story, hidden behind closed doors? Might this be Wagner's way of shielding his family from even more scrutiny? The real mystery for fans seems to be in Wagner's perseverance, commitment to guarding Wood's legacy, and all he has done to protect his family's name. What does Robert Wagner really want the world to remember about Natalie Wood? Maybe it is the joy, and not the mystery, that he hopes will endure. Why everyone's talking about Robert Wagner's special bond with fans? Robert Wagner has always had a special connection with his fans, but one of the messages he recently shared brought them closer. On his 93rd birthday, Wagner showed immense gratitude, and his words made fans from every part of the world start to hold an even deeper appreciation for him. It was not simply another birthday wish from any celebrity. It came across as the real thank you from an icon who has experienced it all. It's not that Wagner simply acknowledged his fans, but he opened up about what they mean and how their loyalty has been some sort of strength through each chapter of his life. To many stars, fans are just part of the job, but Wagner's relationship runs deeper. Over the years, he has shared parts of his personal life, the joyful times, the heartaches. Through it all, his fans have stuck with him, joining in the celebration when he succeeded and comforting him in his moments of sorrow. It is continuity and sincerity that make Wagner's fan base unique. His recent message was warm, a touch of humility, and the rare glimpse into his heart reminded us all, even Hollywood legends are humans who can be deeply moved by the love of their fans. Why does this message from Wagner mean so much to the fans? An action star of his caliber rarely reaches out to the fans, and even more rarely with such sincere thanks, but also as if one is part of something shared. Within the momentary celebrity era, the words from Wagner remind us of times when celebrity actually meant building long-term connections. The bonding he shares with fans feels like family of sorts, based on respect, memories, and mutual appreciation. For people who have grown up watching him on screen, This is not about fandom. It's deeply personal. Wagner's message tends to feel like a sort of goodbye too, one acknowledging a very long and illustrious career with a soft nod to the followers. There is a feel of closure, a hint that maybe he is preparing for a quiet life away from the limelight. To the fans, this feels bittersweet. While they're proud to have been a part of his journey, they're also saddened by the fact that he may one day step away from the limelight for good. Is this perhaps a final heartfelt message to bid farewell to a world he has enchanted for decades? Yet, as fans consider the prospect of that, the question really seems to be, what will Hollywood be without Robert Wagner? For film history, his legacy will live on in the breadth of decades of great performances. But for his fans, the true gift has been the connection he has shared, the appreciation he has expressed, and the stories he shared so kindly throughout the journey. A simple message from Robert Wagner, yet it left an indelible mark that will forever be remembered by fans. What most people don't realize about Robert Wagner's closest bonds and family ties. At the core of Robert Wagner's life, family has always provided strength and resilience. Despite the fame and loss he's experienced, Wagner has created a profoundly close bond with his family, finding solace in his relationships with his daughters and wife, Jill St. John. While fans see Wagner as a legendary figure from Heart to Heart and Austin Powers, few realize the depth of his personal life, shaped by deep connections with his loved ones. After the tragic loss of his wife, Natalie Wood, Wagner had to balance mourning with raising his daughters and building a blended family with St. John. Today, they live in the peaceful sanctuary of Aspen, Colorado. Wagner has spoken about his gratitude for life's simpler moments, family dinners, time with his grandchildren, and the beauty of nature in Aspen's secluded landscapes. Each family member, from Natasha Gregson Wagner to Courtney Wagner, has been vocal about the importance of family ties in a world where Hollywood fame often overshadows personal lives. Yet, even with these intimate family bonds, Wagner's life has not been immune to public scrutiny. Natasha's 2020 documentary, Natalie Wood, What Remains Behind, offered a poignant glimpse into the family's efforts to honor Wood's memory while embracing Wagner's lasting legacy. This film allowed fans to see beyond the Hollywood glamour into a man who has loved, lost, and continued on with resilience. But could there be more to Wagner's family story than what's visible? How do these strong family connections continue to support him, especially as he reflects on his remarkable life at 93? What values does Wagner most cherish now, surrounded by loved ones who have supported him through decades of public and personal challenges? These questions keep us wondering just how integral family has been in Wagner's journey, a quiet, yet unbreakable bond that's more than the headlines reveal. Why everyone is still talking about Natalie Wood's tragic mystery. Natalie Wood's untimely death has been the subject of intense public interest for over 40 years, and it remains one of Hollywood's most haunting mysteries. Wagner, who was present on the boat the night she drowned, has faced unrelenting scrutiny and speculation about his role in the tragic event. This constant media curiosity has deeply impacted Wagner's life and the way he interacts with the public, leading him to maintain a largely private stance regarding the incident. However, recent documentaries and memoirs, most notably Natasha Gregson Wagner's Natalie Wood, What Remains Behind, have reignited interest in the case. Through interviews and archival footage, Natasha has shared her perspective on her mother's life and death, emphasizing Wagner's role as a devoted father who has carried the weight of the tragedy for decades. Despite ongoing questions, Natasha's documentary offered a perspective that invites viewers to see beyond the speculation and understand the complexities of grief and family loyalty. But why has the mystery of Natalie Wood's death endured so fiercely? For fans and conspiracy theorists alike, the story represents a rare glimpse into the vulnerabilities of Hollywood's elite. Wagner's life, forever entwined with Wood's tragic fate, offers both a cautionary tale and an intimate exploration of love, loss, and resilience. Could Wagner's private grief be a key reason he remains tight-lipped, Or does his silence signal something more profound about the emotional toll of fame? Ultimately, Wagner's approach to handling this relentless scrutiny shows a man committed to preserving his family's peace while confronting a past that refuses to fade. His rare reflections on the tragedy reveal a depth and complexity that few celebrities publicly acknowledge, drawing fans to wonder about the unspoken details that may lie beneath the surface. Is it possible that the truth is too painful, even for someone as resilient as Wagner, to revisit? This open-ended mystery continues to fuel public fascination, leaving us all to question what more might remain hidden from view. What fame didn't tell you about Robert Wagner's reflections and hopes for the future? As Robert Wagner reflects on his life and career at 93, fans are left with a compelling image of a man who has lived through Hollywood's golden age, profound love, public tragedy, and decades of fame. Wagner's story is more than just one of career triumphs. It's a deep journey of resilience. But what does Wagner himself think about the legacy he will leave behind? This question pulls fans in, as the Hollywood icon faces the ultimate test of time: how he'll be remembered. One of the standout qualities in Wagner's legacy is his genuine connection with his audience. Throughout his acting journey, he's managed to balance the allure of fame with an enduring humility that endears him to fans, making him both approachable and iconic. His role in Heart to Heart gave audiences a character they could root for, one who solved crimes and shared a tender bond with his on-screen wife. But off the screen, Wagner's life was far from just a feel-good narrative. His experience with loss, particularly the tragic death of Natalie Wood, continues to shadow his legacy with unresolved questions and bittersweet memories. So, what does Robert Wagner hope to be remembered for? He's expressed in recent interviews that his primary pride lies in his work and his family. It's the moments of authenticity and connection that stand out to him, not only his performances but his role as a father, husband, and mentor. In a recent interview he shared, "What I really value now are the things that I can pass on. My daughters, my family, they're my greatest legacy." The warmth and introspection behind his words provide a rare glimpse into the heart of a man who has always been known for his charm, but now, even more, for his wisdom. Yet, despite his openness, Wagner's career is complicated by the darker controversies surrounding him. How does a man balance his legacy with shadows from the past? It's a tightrope walk that few celebrities can manage with such dignity. But Wagner has continued to present an unwaveringly strong face to the public, embodying resilience in a way that speaks volumes to his fans. He knows his reputation holds both acclaim and questions, yet he remains focused on honoring his family and the good he's achieved. Could this approach be a guide for future stars, showing how to live in the spotlight while staying grounded? For many, Wagner's story represents the complexity of fame, where personal triumphs coexist with life's hardest losses. But what does this reveal about his views on the future? Recently, he mentioned he is at peace, and his hope is to leave a legacy that represents the dedication and love he's poured into both his craft and his loved ones. In a world where Hollywood icons often seem larger than life, Wagner's story is a reminder of how deeply human these stars are. His humility, grace, and open reflections keep fans wondering, how will Hollywood remember him when he's gone, and what values from his life will resonate with the next generation? This reflective phase of Wagner's life, where he honors his past while cherishing the present, offers fans a deeply relatable view of a man who has witnessed, shaped, and survived Hollywood's ever-changing landscape. Will his resilience in the face of public curiosity and personal tragedy become his most defining legacy? The answer remains open, as Wagner's life story continues to captivate and inspire. As we look back on Robert Wagner's journey, we're reminded of the complex and heartfelt story behind this Hollywood icon. So, what do you think Wagner's ultimate legacy will be? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Could his legacy lie in his films, his resilience, or perhaps his family? Join the conversation on what Wagner's story means to you.